Ask the Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse, real people telling real stories. Where there is addiction, there is a chance for recovery. We're trying to help save lives on Ask the Messengers.
What I find disturbing in our community, the African American community, is that we can talk about a thyroid, we can talk about cancer, breast cancer, AIDS even, but we won't deal with the mental. And that's an issue.
Today on Ask the Messengers, we are going to tackle a subject that affects many people, and you have no clue that they are going through it. You know, there's this thing called depression. Today, we have Dr. Ural Jr., who is a licensed professional counselor, and we are here to present to you 3 ways to overcome depression without medication. Our discussion today will include rational behavior therapy, spirituality, and religion and wellness. And of those 3 subjects, there are 3 points that we're going to discuss: seasonal affective disorder, meditation and mindfulness, religion, and mental health.
I struggle with depression and anxiety. I would have to say I realized it about 2 years ago. I noticed the mood swings, like, one day I'd be up and the next day I'd be down, feeling like I don't want to go out in public, almost agoraphobic, like, too much to deal with.
Welcome to the show, Dr. Hill. Welcome back to Ask the Messengers.
Thank you, Tina. Great to see you again.
So listen, we are moving into holiday season, and the reason why I decided to attack this subject, not too long ago, I was really feeling some type of way, and everything is fine. I mean, I'm spiritually sound and grounded and rooted, but every once in a while, I get to feeling some type of way. And, you tend to say I'm depressed. So it's like, I'm depressed. Are we beginning to become brainwashed into thinking we're depressed because that's the thing people think to say when people get those feelings?
You bring up a very good point. And I would say, are we beginning to be brainwashed that we're depressed? We are faced with so many different media images and so many different computer algorithms that kind of tell us what to do. Right. And the society has become very complicated. We weren't really meant to multitask. So I think there's so much pressure today in the 21st century that it can lead to depression. And especially during the holidays, especially for the recovery community, we began to think about all the things that we should be doing, like being with family. And for many in the recovery community, there are bridges that they can't go back over. Mm-hmm. And so it brings about a depression of the way things used to be and what we should be doing. So I think it can really, the media can create, a depression, that exists during the holiday season. So we need to be mindful of that. Yes.
So this thing, rational behavior therapy, seasonal affective disorder, SAD. Can you kind of just break that down so that we can understand why is it rational? Why is it behavioral? And how do 3 words go together? Rational behavior therapy. Let's put that together for me.
Okay. There was a movement in the 1970s for talk therapy. During the 1960s and the 1950s, antidepressants were the major treatment for depression, and taking pills and trying to change the brain chemistry. And there was a group of psychotherapists, psychologists who came together. One's name was Maxie Maltby. And Dr. Maxie Maltby was a Black man. He was frustrated that many of his clients did not listen to him. He was a physician who went back to school to become a psychiatrist. And as he worked with Aaron Beck, who was the founder of cognitive behavioral therapy, and Albert Ellis, the founder of rational emotive behavioral therapy, he came up with his own therapy called rational behavior therapy. And they reasoned that there are certain ways that a person thinks when they're depressed. And our thoughts are what causes our emotions to become depressed.
You are a licensed professional counselor. You see and deal with people all the time. So what are some of the things that you're seeing in the midst of this pandemic, this thing called COVID, that kind of like 2020 kind of like doesn't exist for people. We're in 2021 now, but for some reason, COVID hit and it really altered the brain. So what are some of the case studies that, can you briefly share some of that with us?
I can. I'm glad you brought that up, because we can't act like the pandemic doesn't exist, or 2020 didn't exist. You know, the hardest hit that we had during the pandemic was 2020, but 2021 was not much better. You know,
right.
This pandemic caused what we post-traumatic stress disorder around the world.
What are some of the professional suggestions that you can make to people, because we are moving into holiday season?
If you're not going to be surrounded with family, if you're not going to be, you know, if Christmas brings back bad memories of not being with the people you love, there are some things that you can do in order to prevent undue stress. And that is, one, you need to take stock of the thoughts that are rolling around in your head. And you need to ask yourself, of those thoughts, are those thoughts based on objective facts and real reality? Are those thoughts going to help me achieve my goals? Are those thoughts going to keep me from hurt, harm, and danger? Are those thoughts going to keep me from conflict with people I do love that are in my circle? And are those thoughts going to help me feel the way I want to feel? If I get 3 yeses from those 5 questions, I have a rational thought. But if I get 3 no's, I need to get rid of that thought and replace it with something that works for me. And I need to begin meditating on some positive things and surrounding myself with some positive people who do love me. And so I can change, and I can turn a corner if I decide in my mind to change. I say what the mind can conceive and the heart can believe, we can achieve. So it's all up to us. So a man or woman thinketh, so is he or she.
That's right.
So it's not what happens, it's how we process what happens.
Okay. All right. So we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to tackle point number 2, spirituality and religion, which goes with religion and mental health. So we will be right back. This is Tina Nelson for Ask the Messengers. Be right back.
For me, there was no shame when I started to recognize it. It was like that I have to get some help, because I'm the life of the party. And when I go dark, I go dark. I don't want to leave the house. And my friends started to notice me pulling back.
If you or someone you know is battling with any type of cancer, you need to read the book by Laverne Moore Slaughter, God Encounters Are Real. In her book, she tells how through prayer and faith, God healed her and set her free from stomach cancer. For more information and to get your copy, visit www.encountersarereal.net.
I'm Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri, encouraging all taxpayers to please take advantage of the several payment options available. If you have to visit our office in person, you must make an appointment by going to treasurer.waynecounty.com. It only takes a few minutes. Facial covering or mask is required and social distancing is observed. You can also email our office at taxinfo@waynecounty.com or call us at 313-224-5990.
Hi, my name is Artesia Washington, and I'd like to welcome you to Irvine Newer Rehab, where we help you reach your goals of rehabilitation. So you ask, why choose Irvine? Now here at Irvine, we offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, counseling, aquatic therapy, and massage therapy. And we help build you back to your previous level of functioning. Give us a call, 248-415-2500, www.irvineneurorehab.com.
Kimberly has been raped, stabbed, beaten, and left for dead. But guess what? Through God's grace and mercy, Kimberly is still standing. There is no sound in my scream. Drugs, Truth, and Faith is a highly recommended book written by Kimberly E. Mallory.
Never will I give up, no matter what, simply because God never gave up on me.
This 70-page book is her testimony about how her struggles and triumphs with drug addiction. Get your copy of There Is No Sound in My Scream, Drugs, Truth, and Faith by Kimberly E. Mallory, available now on Amazon.
So we are back with Dr. Ural Hill, a licensed professional counselor who also He's a professor at University of Michigan. Go Blue. I just had to throw that out there. Okay. Anyway, so let's finish this subject on depression and trying to help people understand what it is, where it comes from, and ways to combat it without medication. Now, let me put this disclaimer. We are not telling you, do not take your medication. We are not telling you to don't seek help, because everybody should do that first and then take it from there. So please, we're not telling you not to take your medication, and we're not telling you not to seek help if you so need it. Okay, let's put that out there first. So now let's talk about spirituality and religion. So religion and mental health, how do those two correlate from a professional perspective, Dr. Hill?
They correlate because there is a continuum leading all the way from the study of God, thousands of years ago, all the way up through modern psychology. It's not like modern psychology is just some new dynamic. This beginning with, and we can look at the Bible, the Old Testament, all the way up from the Old Testament up through the New Testament, and then you come into the Age of Enlightenment, there was a marriage between mental health, education, and spirituality and religion. The universities were founded by priests. It was the church that came up with American education. And the professors were called professors because they were religious men who professed Christ. That's why they were called professors. But they also taught reading, writing, and arithmetic at the colleges in the 1800s. Throughout biblical history, it's always been man's seeking to understand the Creator and to understand each other and to create what was normal behavior or moral behavior.
So you have some information, some bullet points. Go ahead and give us those bullet points that tie into religion and mental health before we go to the break. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up this discussion with something called wellness. How about that? So we're going to help you get well. Now, mind you, like I said, if you need medication, you're taking medication, please continue to follow your doctor's prescriptions on that. And if you need help, get help, seek help. We are not by any means telling you do not seek help. No, by any means are we telling you not to take your medication. We are just letting you know that it can be done without, if you're at that stage where you can do it without. But if you need it, please take it. So I want to put that out there again. Okay, Ural, tie up that religion and mental health for us while we go to this break.
Sure. Religion and mental health, is it effective? Both working together. Yes, it's effective. These are facts. This was done in a national study. Religious people have better immune functions. They fight off disease better because of their positivity. They have a lower mortality from cancer. 5 out of 7 studies show that. They have lower blood pressure. 12 out of 14 studies show that. And lower cholesterol. 3 out of 3 studies show that about religious people. And it's because when you're positive and you have faith, and it's all in your thinking, your body's able to function better and fight off disease. Those who use mental health services have a higher purpose and meaning in life. All right, 15 out of 16 studies, because you're able to work through issues with an objective third party. We have, for depression and recovery, 60 out of 93 studies show that those who seek mental health services recover more quickly and more effectively, and reduce suicide incidents in 57 out of 68 studies. Religion works. Religion works. And I just want a personal testimony. I went through depression. And when I went through depression, I lost my father, I lost my grandmother, and I went through a divorce. This is 20 some years ago. When I went through that, I used medication. My father, before he died, I didn't want to go to a psychiatrist. And he took me and I got the medication, some antidepressants, because there are some levels of depression that you get to where you need a jump start. You need medication. I couldn't get out of bed. And my father took me, I took the medication, and I talked to the psychiatrist, and I went to church. I was a minister already. I was serving in the church, and I sang in the choir, and I went to Bible study, and I immersed myself around positive people, and I went to the gym and worked out. So if you do all three, wellness, religion, and listen to your physician, that's what will break depression. And lo and behold, I went back to school and got a PhD to help others so that they wouldn't go through what I went through, because it can be a dark place. But because I did that, I had the faith, I had the people surrounding me, I had a good pastor, a good psychiatrist, and a good circle. And I went to the powerhouse gym and worked out 3 times a week. Before I knew it, life was better, and I had another positive attitude. Now I go back and I'm helping others.
That's what's up. All right, Ural, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to tie this up and we're going to talk about the power of meditation and this thing that people call mindfulness. So this
Amen.
is Tina and Getting Well. This is Tina and Dr. Ural Hill. We will be right back after this break.
Welcome, Judge Mathis. Thanks for coming to share an important message with the Wayne County taxpayers.
Well, thank you for allowing me to help. You know, most of my life I was a resident of Wayne County, and so I'm here to help because Treasurer Shabri wants to work with Wayne County homeowners to keep families in their homes and prevent foreclosure.
If you're having trouble making your property tax payments, let us know. We have many resources to help.
Already in a payment plan? It's important you stay in good standing.
Making property tax payments is now easier than ever. We have placed payment kiosks in community centers across the county. We've also added kiosks in our offices. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
And remember, stay safe, save time, make your appointments and payments online.
Kirk Page Collections, the brand you trust to deliver. If we don't have your size in stock, we'll go get it. We ship same day, so you don't have to wait for your order. We ship to any city in America, and 100% of our clothing is made right here in the US, right here at home. You want a new look going into the office tomorrow? Kirk Page Collections. Out on the town and want a trendy shirt to complement your outfit? Kirk Page Collections. No matter the life event, Kirk Page Collections has your back. Life's favorite brand.
Hi, my name is Brenda Owens. I work at Greenfield Hair Collections, and I love doing hair. I've been doing it for almost 30 years now, actually. And I do a little bit of everything. This style right here is pin curl. This is my weekly client, Lenise, short and sassy. She just got a fresh haircut last week. The name of the salon is Greenfield Hair Collections. We're located on Greenfield between Outer Drive and Curtis. I'm on the second level. My name is Brenda. My phone number is 313-729-8194. Give me a call. I love what I do.
I felt pressure to be strong as a Black woman in Hollywood because I kept hearing that term. Everyone kept saying, be a strong Black woman, strong Black woman. Then I realized that's a myth. It means that I'm some superhuman in some kind of way where nothing affects me, and that is so far from the truth.
All right, Ural Hill Jr., Dr. Ural Hill Jr. He always corrects me, y'all, so I'm just being funny right now. We're trying to add a little humor to a serious subject, because y'all know y'all probably like, dang, this is so serious, it's so deep. But you know, that's where we at. You got to go deep sometimes, right?
Right.
And this is a deep subject. So we've been talking about, you know, overcoming depression without medication. And again, I'm going to put that disclaimer here. If you are on medication, take your medication. If you need help, seek help. We are by no means saying don't take your medication. We are by no means saying don't get help if you need help. Please do what you need to do so that you can achieve this part that we're talking about right now. Wellness, 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 wellness tends to be a really big buzzword these days, Ural. Wellness, mindfulness, meditation. I've heard more about meditation in the last 5 years than I probably have ever heard in my entire life. So let's talk about meditation and mindfulness. So they are two different things, but somewhat one and the same. Break it down, Ural. Dr. Ural Hill, sorry. Junior.
All right, Tina.
Dr. Ural Hill Jr., break it down for us, please.
My sister, Tina Nelson. Here it is. Meditation, mindfulness, and wellness. 3 very important words. Meditation is the process of clearing your mind. Meditation allows you to clear your mind so that you can listen to the still small voice. So Clearing your mind, focusing, and clearing all the clutter from your mind is meditation. And that's often when people have panic, when they have depression, when they have anxiety. Depression is focusing on something bad that happened in the past. Anxiety is having fear about something you think is going to happen in the future that's negative. All right. And so meditation is a process that helps us center. Now, mindfulness is a new development. Actually, my friend Deepak Chopra, who I met a couple of years ago, I really love him. He came up with the term mindfulness. All right. He's a physician who decided to move away from the medical model and medicines and focus on wellness. So he's a trained physician who realized the body-mind-spirit connection. And mindfulness is the process of actively noticing new things, relinquishing preconceived mindsets like the medical model, and then acting on new observations. So it's taking the time to smell the roses, focusing on one thing. We really weren't made to multitask like modern society pressures us to do. We were made to focus on one thing at a time. And even the ones who multitask are able to separate out everything else and be mindful of the thing that's in front of them. All right? We can't change the past. That's already in the past. We can only focus on what's in front of us today, and then we can change the future by what our habits that we develop day by day. So that's mindfulness. So when people are, and many my clients and patients and congregants, I'm also a pastor, they come to me, Harry, and they just run on with ideas and problems, and they might shoot in the first session many problems at me. My job first is to listen to them. Many of them just haven't been heard. And they go on and they might state all this cornucopia of things, but then my job is to get them mindful. Okay, what do you want to work on right now in the here and now? The present is called the present because it's a gift. All right. So we have control over what we do next. So I want to get them to meditate, clear their head of the clutter. Okay. And then my job is to help them figure that out and to help them set goals and to be accountable and to develop some new processes that will help them reach their goals and objectives personally, spiritually, psychologically, and the like. So that's meditation and mindfulness. It's to unfold a healing lifestyle.
Hey, hold on. Deepak Chopra, if you listening, anybody that's connected to you, I need you on this show because you are so, his voice is just so, oh my God. He can talk to me all day. He is so dynamic and so powerful. But he is amazing. So let's wrap this up, and
I want to share one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
And you can put this in. The third piece is wellness. Wellness, and that's where all this comes together. Wellness has 5 primary areas: nutrition, exercise, personal responsibility, stress management, and environmental sensitivity. All right, when we focus on our nutrition, and you see my breakfast here, our body needs certain things. This is my fruits. These are my fruits. These are oranges, here's some watermelon, and here's some grapefruit. And I even have my brand here, a little muffin, a blueberry muffin. So your body needs certain things. So when you begin to get sick or you get out of sorts, the first thing you need to do is look at your diet and see if you have the 5 food groups and you're eating well. The second thing is exercise. Riding your bike, walking, moving around, doing push-ups, things you can do in your home. The third thing is you need to take personal responsibility for taking care of yourself. You can take care of everybody else, but you need to focus and spend time doing the checkpoints on what you need for you to be physically healthy. I don't care if it's your kids that are in that way, or if you're a caregiver, or you're a social worker, or whatever, or a physician, you need to take care of you. The fourth thing is stress management. That is an intentional process of managing stress. Mindfulness and meditation are 2 of those practices. You need to take the time to settle down, center yourself, and manage the stress. It's not what happens, it's how you process and how you're thinking about certain things. And fourth and fifth is your environment. Clear the clutter around you. Nobody can work in a place that is up. You need to first look at your environment. Can you really work in it? Your bedroom, your closets, your office, your car, your body, your mind, your spirit. Is it clutter? Even your relationships. There's some cluttered old relationships you may need to get rid of. All right. So look at your environment, because we call that, the Asians call it feng shui. All right, feng shui. That means, is your environment prime for your productivity? So you need to clean up the things around you. So those are 5 things. And the wellness philosophy is what Dr. Chopra has gotten into. He's gotten into, if you take care of your body, mind, and spirit, you can be metahuman. You can travel within the universe and not look back. You can overcome obstacles effortlessly. Just overall, enjoy your holiday season with faith, hope, love, and laughter. Love is key. Surround yourself with some folk who love you. Who loves you right now? Surround yourself with them. Go where you're celebrated and not where you're tolerated. And laugh.
So this is Tina again, Dr. Hill. Thank you so much. And, you know, happy holidays to you all, and declutter, meditate, and go outside and look at people. And look at people.
That's right.
And smile, people. Smile.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
And shouts out to George and Derek and the whole Ask the Messenger family who embraced me at a tough time in my life about 2 years ago. Absolutely. And brought me in. And I appreciate y'all, and y'all keep doing what you're doing. It's much needed in our community. Keep loving on folks. So God bless.
All right. Thank you so much. Until next time, this is Tina and Dr. Hill. Hey, happy holidays coming up. Declutter. Amen. And smile.
Amen. Amen. Go outside.
Hey, Deepak, holla at your girl. I need that time with you, Deepak. Deepak, I need you.
Tina, your possibilities are infinite. Just remember.
That's why I love him so much.
Well, that concludes this week's episode of the Ask the Messengers TV show. If you or someone you know is experiencing anything that seems to be too hard to handle, please know there is a way out, and don't hesitate or be afraid to seek help. Until next time, may you seek a power greater than yourself so that you too can turn your mess into a message that will help save lives. Continue to stay safe, and most importantly, be kind and love one another.
Won't you help us to do exactly what our motto is, and that is to help save lives? Won't you send a generous donation to the information there on the screen? We would love to have you as part of our partnership to help save lives. You may not be able to go out in the street, you may not be able to come here to the show, but you can send your donation that helps us save lives.